5 reasons why the Lakers will not make the playoffs this year. Number 1 reason. Excuse me, the 5 reasons. We're gonna do this in ascending order. We're gonna do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So my number 5 reason as to why the Lakers won't make the playoffs this year is coaching. Just what I mentioned earlier. Obviously, a lot of people were not fans of Mike Brown coming into the season for obvious reasons. He did win a lot of regular season games in Cleveland with the Cavaliers, but was never able to win a championship. He comes to the Lakers. They get Steve Nash, get Dwight Howard with all these expectations, and things just don't quite come together after, granted, only 5 games into the regular season. And I was one of his biggest advocates. I said, give this guy a little bit more time. Give him a healthy roster. Dwight Howard wasn't 100% back yet. Steve Nash wasn't 100% back yet. But you know what? They decided to blow him out, and they bring in Mike D'Antoni. That's fine. The problem is, and the problem always has been with Mike D'Antoni, he's never been able to adjust his system towards his talent. Now, the number 4 reason why is Pau Gasol. Not only the way he's played in the season to this point, but even projecting to the future. What is Pau Gasol showing you that he's going to actually come out and play and be aggressive and be an effective member of this team this year? He's had the injury issues. I understand that. The tendonitis in the knees. Look, we have to understand he's not the same player that he was 5 years ago. He just isn't. He's a good player. He's a solid player on a good basketball team. The Lakers are not going to win a championship this year without a big, huge, productive year from Pau Gasol, and they're not getting that from him. Now, the number 3 reason why the Lakers won't make the playoffs this year is injuries. You have Dwight Howard, who came into the season with a back problem. And look, most doctors projected that he wouldn't be able to come back healthy until, January, late December? He decided to come back on opening night, even though he wasn't 100% and felt that he can play through it. Probably not the smartest decision. Now he's out with another injury. Obviously, this is the shoulder. This is not his back, but it's a lingering sort of issue. And we've seen so many up and down games from Dwight Howard. Games where he looks dominant, games where it looks like there are places he'd rather not even be there. He'd rather not be at Staples Center playing. So between Steve Nash and Dwight Howard, and by the way, Steve Blake, which I think has kind of gotten lost in the shuffle, Laker fans forgot that he's even on the roster, and you expect this team to actually compete and go on a tear and make the playoffs, I don't see it happening. Not with the age on this team, not with the injury history on this team. Now, the number 2 reason why they won't make the postseason is you could probably tie this in with number 5 a little bit, and that's defense. This team does not stop anybody. This team currently, I had the stat written down earlier today, I think they're ranking the bottom 3rd in pretty much every statistical defensive category. And the number 1 reason why the Lakers will not make the playoffs this year is simply time. Now, I'm not talking about father time. I'm not talking about age. We all know there's an age factor, but I'm talking about time left in the season. For the Lakers to make it to 46 wins, they'd have to win over 60% of their games this year. What are the odds of this team winning 60% of their games down the stretch? Not very high. Not very high. What is this team showing you to say they can go on a giant tear and win 6 out of 10 games down the stretch here in the regular season? This is going to be definitely a disappointing season for the Los Angeles Lakers. But, I'll throw it out to you guys on the YouTube channel on STNTV. You guys tell me, can this Laker team really make the postseason? I mean, am I being unreasonable with my list here? Top 5 reasons why the Lakers won't make the playoffs. Tell me where I'm wrong. You tell me why you think the Lakers can make the postseason. This is Kevin Figures on STNTV.
This is Kobe Bryant, and you're watching STNTV.
Best of all time? Are you crazy? No big deal to this at all. McFadden's out.
Realize this is a game of inches, not feet.
Rule is a wild exaggeration.
There's trade values actually declined.